Oh, I'm back! Hey everybody, it's Mike Frieder here with On-Call Compliance Solutions, and I am back with another compliance tip of the week. Today we're talking about DFARS, NIST SP 800-171, and CMMC Control MA.L2-3.7.5 require multi-factor authentication to establish non-local maintenance sessions via external network connections and terminate those connections when non-local maintenance is complete. If that sentence made your brain twitch, don't worry, you're not alone. Let's break it down, make it easy, and because if you're doing any kind of remote maintenance, well, this one's mission critical. And if you're not doing this right, your auditor is going to zoom in like a hawk on a field mouse. All right, everybody, Control MA.L2-3.7.5 require multi-factor authentication to establish non-local maintenance sessions via external network connections and terminate such connections when non-local maintenance is complete. That's a mouthful. Let's dive in like an ice cream sundae. All right, so what's this control really about? Well, let's translate this thing to English. If anyone is logging in from outside your network to do maintenance, whether it's IT staff, a vendor, or your one really smart cousin, well, you must, 1, use multi-factor authentication to verify who they are, and 2, kill the connection as soon as the work is done. This stops attackers from using remote tools as backdoors into your system, and it ensures your environment isn't left wide open after work is completed. So, what does an assessor want to see on this one? Well, objective number 1, require MFA for all non-local maintenance sessions. Technical implementation. Enforce MFA on all external remote access methods, including VPN, RDP, remote management tools like LogMeIn, TeamViewer, AnyDesk, etc. SSH or HTTPS access to routers, switches, firewalls, etc. Look, MFA can be things like hardware tokens, YubiKeys, RSAs, Duo, Gatekeeper, all our favorites, and of course, the Microsoft control plane with Authenticator. Phone apps, Duo, Microsoft Authenticator, Google Auth, smart cards or biometric methods. You kind of get the picture. Here's some documentation you'll need. Remote access policy requiring MFA, configuration screenshots like VPN requiring MFA, RDP session login with MFA or the Microsoft control plane, vendor access logs with MFA proof, user training records showing MFA awareness for remote access. Now, here's a pro tip after all those words. If you're still using RDP over the open internet without MFA, it's basically hanging a hack me sign on your front door. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it for me. Look, I had enough clients who did that back in the mid-2000s. I don't want to see you do that. If you're doing that, if you have RDP open on your internal network and it doesn't have MFA, even on the internal network, just stop. Just call us. Okay, go to CMMCComplianceSecrets.com. All right, self-schedule some time with one of our experts. I don't want to be rude. You don't know what you're doing when it comes to security. All right, get some help from us. I won't tell your boss, but I do want to stop your company from getting hacked. All right. Again, I get it. Most IT people, they're there to keep the system running. Like real information security, that's, you just got to live in the trenches and go to war for, 20 years to really understand this stuff. All right. And I'm not trying to make it out to be more than it is, but if you are one of those people and you have machines that you can remote into without MFA in or out of your network, I don't care if they can't get in from outside. They will find a way to penetrate one of your users' computers on the inside and go attack you. Let me help you. Let us help you. Let us be your friend. All right, objective number 2, terminate connections when maintenance is complete. In plain terms, close the session when you're done. Don't leave the door open. Technical implementation. Set automatic session timeouts for remote maintenance connections. Use tools that automatically log out after inactivity. Require re-authentication for new sessions. Terminate after specific maintenance tasks are complete. And make it part of the standard operating procedure. Oh yeah, baby. SOP, that dirty word, that the technician must disconnect when done. God, I love SOPs. Documentation you'll need. SOP outlining remote maintenance session closure requirements, system configuration showing session timeout settings, and logs that show session start and stop times. Here's a bonus. If your systems can support it, monitor and alert for sessions that are left open longer than X number of minutes or hours. Here's a real-world scenario. We audited a contractor that gave a third-party vendor RDP access with no MFA, no timeout, and no session monitoring. What was the result? Well, the session stayed open over the weekend, and an attacker brute-forced access got in through the vendor's machine. Now, this is like the critical stuff to understand. A lot of these attacks, guys, the way that they're getting in, is they're penetrating a third-party machine, like someone who's doing vendor maintenance, and they're using that machine to leap into your system. It's not even necessarily your system, which is why this is so important. An attacker brute forced access, got into the vendor's machine, and deployed ransomware across 40 systems. Lesson? A lot of lessons here, you guys. MFA and proper termination isn't just a checkbox. It's your cyber insurance. You got to have those sessions terminating automatically. Now, Compliance Hero checklist. Maybe you should print it and put it on your wall next to the Lamborghini poster. Or, in my case, a Ferrari poster. But that's beside the point. I won't go there. All right, MFA on all remote maintenance. All right, policy and config screenshots. That's how to prove it. Timeout, auto disconnect, enforce. Session settings and SOP. Session monitored, logged. Yep, logs with timestamps. We got to go see your SIEM system, right? Your SIEM solution is going to be involved in this. And vendors are trained. Acknowledgement forms or contract language. Now, here's how on-call can help. We help you lock down your remote access pathways. First off, we help you identify them. That's probably half the battle. Set up MFA across all maintenance tools. Write policies that actually make sense and get your vendors compliant too. All without making your IT team feel like they just got handed a 200-page novel to read overnight. Because let's be honest, your IT team doesn't have that time. They're already flooded with tickets. And now they're going to be flooded with more tickets because they got to manage security too. And hey, if you're using our virtual compliance officer service, we'll even manage this on your behalf. That's right. We've got a service. You can just turn us on. Boom. Shakalaka. All right. Hey, that's enough for today, because I'll tell you this. At OnCall, we take defense contractors who have had this DFARS, NIST, CMMC, ITAR, and EAR compliance stuff dropped into their laps like a seagull on a sunny day. And we teach you how to level up and be a proper on-call compliance hero for your company, eliminating gaps, clearing up gray areas, and showing you how to use compliance as your advantage. That's the on-call way, and that's how to be an on-call compliance hero. And that's what I want to make you into, right? Hey, you're out here trying to figure this stuff. There's an easier way. We can help. Now, if you need help with remote access, MFA setup, or just writing the documentation your auditor is going to ask for, we're always on call for you. Visit CMMCComplianceSecrets.com or check out the description below for links to get help right now. If this video helped you, give us a smash on that like button. Gently tap the subscribe button, because let's be honest, it's not just this control you need help with. And hit us in the comments below. What's the worst remote access setup you've ever seen? We've seen some doozies. And until the next compliance tip, my friends, we'll see you next time. Stay safe, and let us know what you want to hear more about in the comments. Thanks, everybody.